Here's where the cows have been. We're hitting it pretty hard. I'm trying to leave quite a bit of residue, but not as much as I'd like to be leaving in the summertime. I'd like to be building organic matter, but right now I'm just trying to leave enough to keep the ground covered, keep the sun from baking it, what moisture I do have. This is a different type of grass here. This is all normally flooded and real soft. You can kind of see the line right there where it's normally underwater. They've been hammering that for whatever reason. It's a sedge or a rush grass. I'm not real sure. I've never really been able to identify it. I know it floods there and that's what grows. No sense in trying to change it. Normally they don't hit it that hard. Maybe because it's normally muddy and they don't like their feet. I don't know, they'll stand in a pond all day, but they really don't like mud for whatever reason. But they're hitting that paddock hard too. Same type of grass in the corner all the way down through there. So get on over here where the orchard grass, the fescue, and the clovers are, leaving more residue. And there's still a lot of green. Some of that'll wither up where they've stomped it. But it'll wither up and it'll still be covering the ground, which is what we need right now. We are in a D1 drought, officially. Got 9 days of over 100-degree weather coming. Nothing in the forecast for rain for the next 14. I fully expect to be upgraded to a D2 drought on Thursday. A lot of people feeding hay already. This is one of those times where I'm glad I'm a little down on cow numbers. I've got 60 head on the farm right now. I could be running 75 on a normal year, if that tells you, the difference. I'm not to the point of destocking. This is good grass here. This right here is, it's up on my pockets. I'm 6 foot, just a shade under. And this is Johnson grass. It's real tall. Now, it hasn't rained. Johnson grass, they'll tell you, will kill cattle. It's not been fertilized and it's not rained. So it may be drought stressed, but you're not in any danger until it does rain, like a drought breaking rain. And I'll have it all grazed in the next 4 days, maybe 5. So after that, just after it rains, wait 2 weeks, kick them back in on it, hope for the best, or test it. You can test it. I know for nitrates, I'm not sure about prussic acid. But there's some more fescue there. The blades of that fescue's up on my pockets and the seed heads up waist high. I'm not giving them much. I'm giving them probably a little less than an acre. I'd like to be giving them an acre and a half just to get the full stomping. I've gained a % of organic matter in these fields in the last 2 years of grazing like this, so I know it's working. And I'll move on over here. You'll see how much it's recovered in the last 30 days. And you'll see that it's working too. It's gonna take me a little while to walk over there. This is the end of this farm, and then I gotta run them down the road a little over a quarter mile. They'll graze 40 acres down there for 40 days. That'll put me into September 1st. Hopefully it's rained by then. If it hasn't, I'm gonna bring them back and I'm gonna graze the other half of this field again. And I'm gonna graze the next 2 paddocks. That'll give me 25 days or so. May not even go that far. I may just do half of this one and that one And then if we get a couple of cool weeks, I'm gonna kick them out in that old wheat field and let all these good fields, my higher producing fields, rest, and hope that it rains, and they'll bounce back a lot quicker than that wheat field will anyways. And the wheat field was grazed last in late May, early June, so like really early June, first week of June. So it can take another beating. If we don't have rain by September 15th-ish, maybe a little earlier, depending on where the cows are in that rotation on that farm. I've got 27 cows over there. 12 of them are spring calvers. 6 of them are decent cows of those 12. And then I got 15 fall calvers. All the fall calvers will go to town. I'll save the 6 good spring calvers. They'll come over here with this herd. And that'll be the drought plan there. If things continue to get worse, I've got 10 heifers in this field that I just turned the bull in on that are not South Pole heifers. They're the old Red Angus lines. They're not real impressive. They don't look, you know, they'll do. But when it comes to the nut cutting, they're gonna go next. And then the only option left at that point is to start early weaning bull calves or steer calves and sell them. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep the cows that are left. I got one in here with bad feet, and one that's missing a lot of teeth. So those 2 might go. If I can get them into a corral, they'll probably just have to stay here. And yeah, that'll give us 30 mature cows and about 15 heifers coming in. That'll put me back up to 45 when the weather turns, and then I might have to buy back in some. But the ones I'm selling aren't very high quality, so buying them in, I'll just be buying about the same quality back in. This was grazed 35 days ago. I think I did the math right on that. And you can tell the clover's still green. The grass is green. It's just not real tall. It's not really coming back like I mean, it's been 35 days and the points on this they're still nipped off there. We just haven't had any rain. June 3rd was the last rain we got. We've got a 1/4 inch since June 3rd. So that's where I'm standing at on the drought. Not the greatest, but I'm in a lot better shape than I was 2 years ago when it got dry. So I really think this grazing is helping. Right now I'm glad I don't spray weeds, because the cows they're really going after anything that's high protein like that. They're ragweed, curly dock, plantain. They're just, I mean, they're hitting the grass, but they're eating tree leaves. Because the grass is just lacking what they need, so they're being pretty ambitious on the browsing. But they're still looking good. I mean, they're holding up.